Today I'm going to give you the idiot's guide to the Sagittarius Cup. I'm going to make it brief because, how much information do you really actually want to know? You know? And I'm going to teach you how to do this by teaching you how to lose. Now the first thing is not having enough stamina. Now I know you see a long track and you start getting flashbacks to the previous ones, but this is kind of like a fake long track. And the good news is, as long as you have 850 and a gold, or if you have 950 and maybe 2 whites, you'll be good enough. You don't need that much stamina. But most people are going to run into lobbies where they just don't have enough stamina because I don't know why. Now the good news is you could just play somebody with a built-in recovery, or you can inherit Pure Heart from Super Creek, or just use a Super Creek card. Now you don't even need a gold recovery, but if you want to ease off on some of the stamina requirements and get a gold recovery, it's a little bit easier than getting maybe 950. But you don't need it. You can still run a speed wit deck with stamina sparks and you'll get good enough. The second way to lose is not having the right accelerations. Now the good news and the bad news of this track is it's a long track and nothing really works on it. So that means everyone is going to be using No Stopping Me again. Now, if you're a late surger or end closer, you do have less pumps of iron and moving past and beyond. But everyone else, you don't really have too much because the last corner is way after the acceleration zone. So then that's where most accelerations pop. So that means you could run anybody that you want. And as long as you have No Stopping Me, you'll be good enough and you have a chance to win. But there are other methods to win, but essentially the few limited accelerations that you can get for this track, you have to get them. And if you don't have them, it's a quick way to just lose. So stop buying Russian Gale as well. Now this is something that I see in every CM, and that is getting the right stats and getting the wrong skills. And that's the easiest way to lose. Now most of the time you can maybe stat check people, but it won't work all the time. Let's take this one for example. Now obviously these stats are very good. Most people would want them and take them. But the problem is you have stats that may proc too early or too late. And then if you don't have any middle game skills to actually get you into a good position, well then those skills may not even proc in the first place because you may just be overtaken by somebody who has middle game skills as a pace chaser, and then you won't be able to stay in position. And if you won't be able to stay in position, most of your skills that you buy for your position aren't going to be useful. Now you will get lucky sometimes and get some wins, but you won't be as consistent as you could be if you just get some of the skills that are pretty good, such as long corners, long straightaways, tail held high, straightaway adept. Those kind of skills that proc in the mid game are going to help you stay in position better than just buying the gold skills. Let's talk about dex and wit. Now a lot of people are going to be doing a speed power build, and that is effective, but it does run into the one issue of not having enough wit. Now if you are running a gold recovery or basically any skills, you probably want more wit, maybe around 600. And the reason for that is because it gives you the best chances to actually proc your skills. Now if you can over stam and maybe get 1100 stam, that's kind of pointless, but you can do that and you probably will just survive the whole track in general. But you probably can focus more on building more wit and power as opposed to fully stam and power and get more skills activated. Now, if you get enough stamina and middle game skills and the right accelerations, you're probably going to make it to the finals. The last thing you need is good enough speed. Now, good enough speed really just means kind of around 1100 or more. Now, you can get long S, and that's obviously going to help, and you should get it, but around 1100 or more is probably going to be good enough, especially for a long track, and that's it. That's pretty much all you need to make it to the finals. Enough stamina, the right acceleration, and just some middle game skills, and you're probably gonna be pretty good. There's a lot more ways that you can get advanced, but do you really need to get advanced? No, you don't. You just kind of need, the bare minimum.